Hey, sports card fans, it's John, Wade Boggs fan. Hope you're all doing well. I've only been collecting vintage baseball cards now for about 4 years. And even though over those 4 years I've added about 450 cards to my vintage baseball card collection, I still consider myself in the very early stages of collecting vintage. There are a lot of collectors out there that have built a much larger collection than mine and have been doing it for much longer than I have. Of course, they all say it is a marathon, not a sprint. But there are a few major Hall of Famers that I have very few cards of. I only have one Sandy Koufax card. I don't have any Jackie Robinson cards. I only have two Willie Mays cards. Actually, I do have a third one that's ungraded that I hope to get graded someday to add to that list. And I only have two Roberto Clemente cards. Well, actually, now it's three. The 32nd card that I've added to my 100 cards for $10,000 list is the third card that I had picked up or won at an auction prior to the National that came in the mail once I got back. So I'm going to show off, and the card in question is the 1969 Topps Roberto Clemente. So I'm going to turn the camera around, show off the two other Roberto Clemente cards in my collection, and talk more about the 1969 Topps Roberto Clemente that I have recently added. So let's turn the camera around and check out some Roberto Clemente cards. My first Roberto Clemente card that I ever picked up is this 1967 Topps copy. Really like the centering on this, the colors, the registration, everything. I just love this 1967 copy. Picked this one up at the 2022 National. Was happy to finally add a Roberto Clemente to my collection. At least a graded copy. I forget who it was now, and I apologize. I don't know if it was Theo. Someone sent me an ungraded copy of the 67 Roberto Clemente, and I apologize. Yeah, it's just escaping me now who sent it. Lower grade copy, but at the time was my first Roberto Clemente card. This is the first graded Roberto Clemente that I have in my collection. This was the first one here in 2022, and then earlier this year at the Strongsville show, picked up the 62 Topps. Again, love the centering on this and his image there. And here's the back. So that was the second one. And now the third one, and I really love this one. Just, I can't believe this. The only reason I point to the grade is that was the price point for this Roberto Clemente that I was looking at. And when I saw this copy, man, this is sharp. I always hate pointing out the negatives of a card because I love all the cards that I've added to my collection. But hopefully I can zoom in here. Hopefully it picks it up. Nice corner there. Nice corner there. Nice corner there. It's this corner here, and you may not even be able to see it. It has like a little, yeah, like right there. It's like bent a little bit. Even the corner, though, isn't bad. You can maybe make it out on the back here. There's just a little bit of a crease or bent, like it's sort of slightly got bent a little bit. That's the only thing I can tell that is off on this card. The color, the centering on the back is really nice, and just the colors on this just pop. I love this card. So happy I found this again. This is another one of those PSA 4 gems in my collection. Love finding copies like this that you really have to look for where the imperfections are, and usually it's in the corners, which is fine by me. The centering on this was really what got me, and just the brightness and clarity of the colors. So let's talk numbers, as I always do for cards on this list when I pick them up. On my list, I had this as a PSA 5, and in a PSA 5, I would be good at picking it up for around $100. At least that's why I had it on the list. So a PSA 5 for $100. Well, obviously here I dropped down to a PSA 4, and all in, winning the auction plus shipping and tax was only $60. So I saved $40 by dropping down from a 5 to a 6. Saves, always good to save some money on these lists here, so I can afford more cards. So how did I do with PSA 4 copies of this Roberto Clemente card? Well, PSA 4 is on the low end prior to shipping and tax. On the low end, $48. The average is around $53, and on the high end, $87. So I was right around that average comp, if you want to call it. And then when you add on shipping and tax, right around that $60. So I was very happy. I didn't overpay. Sometimes you have to pay that centering tax. Sometimes the eye appeal, and to me, this has great eye appeal. Sometimes you have to pay higher on that range of comps for a particular grade, and I didn't have to, in this case, I did not have to pay that centering tax. So where am I after 32 cards now? For those 32 cards on my list, I thought I would have to spend $2,885. Well, to date for these 32 cards, I've only spent $1,485. So I am $1,400 to the good from picking up copies that I had on my list versus, in most cases, picking up lower graded copies, but still ones with great eye appeal. I have them now in my collection, and I've been saving money along the way. So would love to know what you think about my two previous Roberto Clemente pickups, and this one right here, the 1969 Topps Roberto Clemente. And with that, that's all I have for you. So until next time, thanks for watching.